Hey guys, welcome to the show, man. Welcome back. Hey, my name is Chris Olexa, CEO, founder of Aspire to Be Hospitality Group. And to my left, I got my girl over here.
Yeah, Kimberly Alexa, serve as Chief Financial Officer and founder of Aspire to Be Hospitality Group.
And one awesome mother, we'll have to say that. And
Thank you.
Well, Mother's Day is coming up.
It is.
It is.
No doubt.
So,
no doubt.
we're going to celebrate that this weekend, probably with kids everywhere. And driving everywhere, and but we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
we will.
Absolutely.
And my man Justin,
what's going on? Justin Smith, COO, run operations for Aspire to Be Hospitality.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, it's been a crazy week this week, and I want to start out by saying this: our last episode that we shot on the AI.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did we get a lot of views?
Yeah, that was good.
A lot of comments.
We got some crazy feedback to that one. I mean, I think our message got almost across, but not all the way across what we were actually thinking here.
Yeah. Man, I guess I want to say this. We're not firing anybody.
The robots are not taking over the takeout center.
Yeah, we're not getting rid of employees, right? I mean, from all the comments that we've seen and messages that I got of me leading this brand and being the CEO of this company, man, those comments don't bother me, really. It doesn't. But I just want to cut, because the work right now, the workforce is hard. It is to find great, people and just to find people. But those AI things were not to get rid of people. I hear all these comments like, I'm not going to Walmart because they make, you make you check out your own stuff. Those might be positions. I don't know how they're running their company, but getting rid of this is to help our company.
Yeah, but that's the sad part about artificial intelligence, that the worldview is they're scared of it.
Yeah.
But man, it's here. You got to embrace it. And again, it's not to remove anybody's job, but it's to make us work smarter and not harder. And so I think that's the vision for AI, or that's the vision for AI for our company.
AI can make the jobs more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Not everybody loves answering a phone or being stressed out about having to do 5 things at once. Let's get them doing the things that they need to excel at, making the human connection and doing things that they can have fun with that help our business and make their jobs more fun, because they need to be more fun.
Yeah. And so we don't need to be a fear of it. And there's no robot that can replace a human.
That's right.
I mean, we are God's creatures, and he created us for a purpose, and there's no robot going to come in behind us and be smarter than the human.
In a business side of it, guys, what we're looking at as a company is because it could help us help our employees do a better job in the reaction to when they deal with a customer on a phone, which we all know, just like, when it rains, we lose phone lines. Phone lines break, telephones break. They constantly go down. You can't hear, I mean, every time I call somebody, just calling AT&T the other day, it was hard to hear people. It's like, hey, I don't know if my phone's broke or what. So that's the problem with it, is that we're not trying to get rid of jobs. We're just trying to be more efficient and do good at it, and allow when you come in and pick up your to-go order, that we're better equipped to handle you face to face and not having to, hey, sorry, I got to answer this phone. I mean, I've done that many times. But hey,
hold on a second. Speaking of phones, I just got a note on YouTube. We just got 100,000 views on our YouTube shorts from that last episode of all of the shorts that we put out there. So I do want to say thank you to everybody listening.
Thanks, guys. That's great. That's awesome.
If you want to contribute or you want us to talk about something, by all means, leave comments, because we're here to, provide and give back. And that's exactly what we're doing. But I just got 100,000 views.
Well, I know
that's amazing.
Yes. Woohoo! Give me a high five. High five.
Boom.
And I think when we started this, that was our goal, is to get to the first 100,000 views of it. And that's awesome, man. I'm glad our team, I know when we talked yesterday, they mentioned that we were getting close to a milestone, and I didn't know what it was. So I'm glad you shared that today.
And I've got like the Facebook ticker up there of like subscribers and views and all that. I have fun with it because I get excited.
Well, you're an IT guy.
Yeah, that's right. I always got the dashboards.
I have to ask, what does that mean? But hey, that's what's cool. But Justin, to go back to that, what you just said was, this next topic today came to us from people out in the field that get asked us questions, and a lot of times we have one-on-ones with young entrepreneurs and want to know about us and how did we get to where we got, what makes us tick, and kind of things like that. This is a question that we get a lot of, so we kind of skipped this one up to the top, and it's called delayed gratification, and that has a lot to do with personal and business.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to start this. Like when I first started out this, right, and started this company, I was just happy open my first Quiznos and make, a certain salary. That's where I needed to get. And we lived on a very basic income,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
You remember those days?
Oh yeah.
It was tough,
Yeah.
but it was a long-term goal
Hmm.
that we set up personally. And I think that's I see that a lot of problems with companies or people in general, Justin. When you see people get a night, and I guess where I grew up from, watching my mother, right? And we were in a tough situation, financial situation, but my mom would get something given to her, or a lump sum of money of some sort. And I say a lump sum, it wasn't a lot, but she'd be excited to go buy a new couch. But then 2 weeks later, we can't make the bills.
Yeah.
It's like, and I saw those struggles. And that's one thing when me and you got married, you instilled a foundation of that, just because we got something special or did something really good and got some financial rewards out of it, we need to put that back for bad times, right?
Right. Right. Yeah. And that was instilled in me growing up in a military family with my grandparents. Um, you know, my grandfather, that's what he did. I mean, he was almost a miser. So,
Yeah.
and that kind of was instilled in me. So I'm used to holding on to all the eggs before we uh, just start throwing them out of the nest.
Yeah. And you can't just crack those things right away, right?
No,
You need
no,
to
no,
you need
no.
to prepare for the storms, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Because there are storms.
Yeah. And Justin, you've seen that financially in your growth of what's growing up in your company.
Yeah, I mean, delayed gratification for me is like when I was younger, I always wanted to own my own business, right? And I didn't have the means to do it. I really didn't know how to do it. But a 20-year journey later of, going to school and getting the experience and working my way up, led to the point where I was able to make a small investment and to be in a partner and to aspire to be. And I think the delayed gratification piece is all through that journey. I was always working hand in hand with my wife on having a budget and living below our means and making sure we put a little bit away, whether that was my paycheck, the small bonus that I was making, or the side hustle that I was doing at night to try to make some extra money, just preparing myself for when that time come. I always knew on the inside that I was going to be able to run my own business. I wanted to do it,
Hmm.
but I knew I had to put in the work to
No
get
doubt.
there. And I had to, and for me, my inner self is I wanted to earn that money. And when I wrote that check, knew that that was money that I earned that I was putting towards it, not something that was, given to me. So my journey was a little bit longer, but that was delayed gratification for me. I could have gone and taken a loan. I could have, instead of gone to college, taken funds and applied it towards starting a business. But it took me 20 years to get to the place where I was very, very gratified when I had that money to give, because I felt like I had the experience to provide a successful next chapter.
Yeah. And I think
Yeah.
that watching that as I grew up too, in the situation I grew up in, having a job, I would get my paycheck and I'd always separate it, right? I
Yeah.
always take half of it, and that was my money to go out to eat on, or gas money, or buy
Man, I
some.
wish you still did that in our.
Don't be telling on me now just because I like buying tennis
Where
shoes.
did you lose
Yeah.
that vision?
Well, I mean, so hey, this is another topic, right? So, but then, and I'd put half away,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I tell young people today that we meet in one-on-ones that call me and say, "Can we sit down and talk? How
Mhm.
did you get where you got?" And
Mhm.
we all have had these talks before, and I always use this main thing when people ask me. I was at a Dillard's, one of the stores the other day, and somebody asked me, "Is like, hey, I want to be in marketing, and what can I do?" And I made the comment, I want to start my own marketing company. That's what they wanted to do. I said, you got to remember one thing: you got to have money to make money.
Mm,
So
that's powerful.
you
Yeah.
if you
No
got to
doubt.
understand, young people and or whoever, whatever age you are,
Hmm.
you got to have money to make money.
That's right.
So because you never know what's going to cross your bow, right? You never know what's going to come across your opportunities. It's going to come across and say, hey, you got an opportunity right now. If you want to buy into this business or start this business or buy my business, but you got to have $20,000.
Yeah.
You got to have that money. And I think that's what we did really well when we were young.
Yeah, we did. And for delayed gratification in our business per se, is that when we started off 20 years ago, we've been through some storms
Oh yeah.
here in our company, and it matters who's in the White House
Yeah.
as far as how your business is prospering, and so at times, whoever, depending on who's in the White House, we are able to kind of spend,
Yeah.
free spending. We don't have to cut costs. We don't have to go in and dial deep down into our financial statements. We can be fat per se, but depending on who's in the White House, like right now, we're gathering, we're crossing our arms. We're trying to rake in
Yeah.
as much profits as we can, hold on to what we can, because we don't know what's in.
We don't know what's in
It's
store.
nuts.
No.
Delayed gratification is literally, I've never been in a time where operationally or the controllable pieces of the business, the food costs, the labor costs have been so in alignment, even with traffic down and labor pressures up. And then you look at the bottom of that P&L and it's like insurance, taxes, R&M, accounting fees, all of it is just so inflated.
Yeah.
Your water bill, your gas bill, your electric
Yes.
bill,
Yeah.
everything. It's not just one or two things. It's literally everything. So we've gained. And the delayed gratification is like we feel like we're operating decent at the things we're in control in, but a lot of things that we're not controlling or that we just don't always prioritize or pay so much attention to, we have to more than ever. So we were just talking on a call before this. Water bills, electric bills, gas bills, turn on, turn off schedules. And that's delayed gratification to where if a new administration or interest rates or taxes or insurance rates, they come back down a little bit for us, we're surely going to be gratified when that happens. But man,
Yeah.
it's stressful
Yeah.
right
It
now.
is. Right now, it is very stressful.
And people don't understand that. So that's why it's so important in your personal life. And I'll go there real quick on your personal life that whatever you're doing in your income, you got to have, you might get this, nice bonus or get a good raise and you want to go out and buy a new boat and stuff, but you don't know what's around the corner. I mean, interest rates are just gone crazy. It's unbelievable what's happening right now. Cost of electric is, like you said, on our P&L. It's just crazy. So, but you don't know what happens. You don't know when you're going to get sick, right? I mean, we've had that happen multiple times with myself.
Yeah.
And insurance only covers so much.
That's right.
Health insurance only covers so much. And then when you get diagnosed with cancer, you have something major in your household, your family member, somebody has a stroke or something, and it's off work 6 months, you better have a little nest egg put up to help you. And that, when you put that money aside, that helps you. So personally, but in business, the same thing. I mean, 2 years ago, interest rates were great.
Oh, they were so good.
We had so much in line of building.
Yeah.
And we're building out our stores, still building out.
Steamrolling back then.
But now, I mean, our interest rates have doubled what they were. And people don't understand that too, that just really slows down our growth.
Well, it
Because
slows down the economy.
everything.
Yeah, not only for us, but through America.
Yeah, it does.
It matters.
But what's important to us is we didn't spend that money.
Thank goodness.
That we as much as, like you say, I want to spend.
We tried to harness you as much as we could.
Well, let me say one thing on that. Let me say, I got to defend myself here.
Let's
Okay.
go. Let's
okay.
go.
So every good CEO of a company,
Okay.
everyone that I've researched that I see is they're going full speed ahead.
Yeah.
They got to be a bull.
Mm-hmm.
But the people they serve, I'm gonna give y'all some credit here. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
The people that they work and put around them,
Yeah.
pull them back.
Yeah.
Pull them back.
Yes.
And that's good.
Thank goodness.
That's awesome.
Hey,
because
there's delayed gratification in building a team too,
it,
and surrounding yourself and waiting and teaching and coaching and pouring in for that moment where you're like, yeah, they're starting to get it. And then how do I go do that to someone else? And especially if you want to grow your company, you better learn to make smaller versions of yourselves, because that's the hardest part. And we've had a lot of our toughest conversations recently. It's like, hey, if we double in size, is this thing going to get watered down?
yeah.
So delayed gratification is also making sure that you're building your team and bringing them along for the way and making as many versions of what you'd like leadership to be out in the field that you can possibly do to be prepared to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this time more than ever, we're having to be creative with that, because we don't want to put out the resources to bring on more people right
Absolutely.
now. So we have to be more creative.
So like Gary Vee has an awesome story of like when he started in social media, it was him, and he did almost just as much as he does right now. It was one person putting social out there just like every single day, every single platform. Now it's a team of 25 because he made the right investments. He waited, he poured into his team one by one. He trickled into 25. We're doing that same thing. We're grasping it in. We're taking our good leaders in our field and in our company and pouring as much as we can into them. But that doesn't mean you need to go hire a marketing person or an accounting person. It's
As
like,
much as we probably need to, right,
Yeah.
at this point, but we can't.
as much as we want
to.
to.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
There's,
as much
there's
as we
wants and
want to, because
needs.
man, it would be so easy.
Yeah.
But
Delayed gratification
we
means
are.
you're going to
Yeah.
be working late. I'm going to be working
Yes.
late. I'm not going to
Yeah.
be enjoying my pool. You're not going to be enjoying your kids.
Well, yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
going to be enjoying your yard
Yeah.
because we have to wear more hats.
That's right.
But once the time is right, I hope that we do get to enjoy those things a little bit more because the hard work is paid off.
Yeah.
And when you say that, I mean, when I see this office close at night, especially this one and you two, I mean, it's late night. Y'all are leaving late. I mean, it's because you're pouring the hours in, especially right now, and wearing those hats of many, right, of marketing or whatever it might be. We talked about bringing more, accountings on to help us in the accounting side, but you pull back on that a little bit. So wait, it's not the right time.
It's not the right
I mean,
time.
we
Yeah.
have the funds.
Yeah.
We have the money to do it, but it's just not the right time because you see the long-term vision.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem what I see with people in their personal lives and their business lives. They see the short-term gratification.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when we opened our first Buffaloes and really started making money. We still lived in a little bitty house.
Mm-hmm.
And people asked us all the time, like, "Hey, man, you're doing it." We're scared still. We're still
Yeah.
scared. We don't know
Yeah.
what's going to happen. And it wasn't. I mean, we've been doing this business for 20 years. And it wasn't until just recently that, we actually built our first decent house
Right.
that you kind of wanted, that you wanted a spot for your grandmother, but we saved for that and we're prepared for that. And luckily financially, we're prepared for that. If things still get worse, we're not going to be upside down because we prepared ourselves. I think in business, you see a lot of people do that. They see the short term. They're not looking at the long term. So as you're out there building your plan, growing your family, whatever, a young family, a young business guy, person, whoever, look at the long term. What is your goal? Our goal was just keep building, keep opening, and not taking that short term gratification, going to buy nice stuff, going to get, upgrade the office. Yeah, we've outgrown this headquarters a little bit. I've always dreamed, hey, I want to buy another building and bigger. And you're like, no, no.
Whoa.
Whoa, horse.
Well, we're
Yes.
also working
Yeah.
though on
No
like,
doubt.
even though sometimes this is a tough topic and it isn't always the most, sexy thing to talk about on the planet, is but like responsible business practices though too. Like this is a crazy world right now. And we could very easily in our sports bars, we could overserve, we could give free will to do whatever they want. But no, we're more than ever paying attention to making sure we're being really responsible in what we're serving.
Yeah.
And alcohol is one version of that, but also like P&L management and just being responsible and providing a sustainable model as you grow is a big deal. So it's like, it's that example, but it's also, we could take short-term top line sales by not paying attention and doing ticket audits but no, we're not. Even in this economy, even when we're not making as much, we're looking at every single check in our restaurants to make sure we're making it safe for our employees and our guests. That's not easy to do.
Yeah.
We don't have to be doing that. We could just be collecting the checks and running the risk, but that scales. That turns into a mega company and that keeps everybody safe. And we're spending a ton of time working in that place. And you should too for your business. You should be looking at, how do I keep my people safe? How do I keep my guests safe? How do I do this responsibly? So when I go build 10 of them, I'm not on the receiving end of a lawsuit because this world is nuts right now.
Yeah.
My rant is over, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
It is crazy.
it is crazy. And one thing on the side of this company that I know we're doing right now is pulling back a little bit, really paying attention to the details. And luckily with our delayed gratifications that we've done in the past and have done forever, that we could withstand some headwinds. We can withstand some, some storms out there that are out there. And with your leadership on the financial side, I mean, you're always in panic mode, right? And that's one
Yeah.
thing's great about it. When sales are great, you're still panic mode. Hey, why aren't we doing this? We need to do this. We need to do that. And you're putting the pressure on us on the financial side of that. And to fixing things, tightening things up a little bit more. Like you said, with this administration, things have changed. Our food costs has got a lot better. We have dialed that sucker in.
Yeah.
But-
But Chris, where I want to say you're right. I do hold things in. I hold on to our profits as much as I can because we've been in this position
Yeah.
before. We've seen a slight increase in prices. We've seen a slight erosion of the bottom line. However, in these times, we're not sure. We've always come back from that, but we're living in a time where we're not promised that there's going to be a comeback. we don't know what's lurking around the corner. So we're delayed in our gratification per se, is because we're holding on to everything right now because I we live in crazy times, like Justin said, but these times we have always been promised things will change, things will go um, come back,
Yeah.
but we're just not promised that these things are going to come back right now. So it's, as owners, as operators, we're treading waters that we're not familiar with, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's
And
all about taking like that calculated risk, and we've always forever known the model of a lot of our businesses, but it's like now it's just a different conversation. It's not about, how many people are in this area, or is this going to work versus that. I mean, the calculated risk is just, it's more challenging than ever,
Yeah.
and that's
And I'm
it's-
glad you brought that up because in business sides right now and home sides, you don't know what's around the corner, Kimberly. You said that used to year before year, we can always kind of predict,
yeah, yeah,
and now we don't know. I mean, it's we don't know what's next year is going to truly bring.
hmm
And with the interest rates hitting what it is, and unemployment rates are driving up, and the workforce, you never know what's coming at us right now. And now you're coming up in an election year. You don't it used to election years kind of you every 4 years you knew something was going to kind of screw up a little bit. But now it's like every 6 months, it seems like something's thrown at us. So in building a brand and building yourself and building your personal self, you gotta be careful, and even in good times, Kim,
yeah,
even when we were doing good, you were very, holding this stuff in. Is like, no, we got this. We need to prepare for this. We need to wait for this because we were preparing. It was a journey,
yeah. It
b-
was a journey.
building
Yeah.
building out a company is a journey.
hmm
And whatever business you're doing, it's a journey and it's a long-term journey. So you got to pace yourself and understand it's not about what's happening today. It's about tomorrow and the next day and the next day, and prepare for that and prepare for the worst.
Yeah. And I'll say, as a young, naive business owner, just looking back, because history is great to look back on, but during when we first got in this business, it was a different world. And then under Obama's reign, remember, we had to hold on to everything we had because we were interest rates started to increase.
The
The
insurance, remember the person,
insurance,
we didn't know
yeah,
what was going to happen with that.
right, right. And then we had Trump in office, and then everything got fat, and so we were living high on the hog.
Yeah.
And then now we have Biden in office, and we're back to holding on to everything. And it's so uncertain times that we are really holding tight to what we have, but yet we're still challenged with the demand of customers, the demand of employees. That's still a challenge for our business. So we are learning. I mean, we continue to learn about delayed gratification
Yeah.
as young entrepreneurs. I call myself young entrepreneur,
Oh, yeah.
but being in the business just 20
Nice,
years,
nice.
I'm still young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might steal that.
I mean,
too.
20 years is still, it's still young being in business. We're still learning and growing. And that's what makes us better,
Yeah.
is that we're able to, learn and pivot. So I think it's delayed gratification is a great topic. It's a great hedgeway for young businesses and for us to always learn from. But to wrap around my point is, we are, as business owners, we just continue to try to look what's over the mountain, but we really don't know what's on the other side.
Yeah.
And so it's just very smart for us to hold on to what we got,
Yeah.
be creative, and try to do our best, the best that we can do, and making profits.
And I like that because, I mean, we just got to be cautious. You got to
Cautious.
be very cautious right now. And you should, and even in good times, Kim, like you said it, we were living fat, but still you saved that fat. It wasn't like we were just blowing money and buying stuff and growing, by adding remodels just on top of each other and just buying bigger TVs. You were always like, nope, here's the budget, because that fat that we got, that helped us get us through these storms, especially when COVID hit.
Right.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
you were, we were right
It would have
on.
been a different world.
It would have been a different world. We were contacted by every bank in the world, like, hey, how are y'all doing? Hey, we're fine. We haven't
Praise
spent
God.
money. We
Yeah.
did good, and we didn't worry about it. We grew through COVID because there was opportunities, doors to open for us.
Right.
And that's the whole comments of this, Justin. We say this all the time, is that's why we're a bull, right? Even in a bear market, you still got to be aggressive. And if you delay your gratifications, and that all means just hold on to what you got. Just because you got something, don't go buy, keep going crazy and having fun with it.
Especially if you're a new business owner.
Yes, you got to hold back on it. and pull back a little bit, because when those hard times come, and believe me, they're going to come.
Yeah.
They're going to come, and they come a lot. They're just come a lot more often now.
Yeah.
And you're able to weather the storm. And if you do that, like you said, we have problems because we still got to grow. I mean, we have people that work for us that are in leadership positions that don't want to stay there forever. And if we don't continue to grow, we're going to lose some great people that work for us, right? So we got to kind of plan that out and keep our growth going and keep moving forward. We just got to be a little bit more cautious right now, especially with what's happening.
Well, we want to grow, but we're kind of been bridled by our current economy.
Yeah. The economy is
and
definitely
so-
making a big problem with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, hey, it was a great conversation we had with this. I mean, delayed gratification. I feel like Kim and Justin, that this got us where we're at today. I mean, you were able to, when you were hired in this company, I mean, your first thing you said, "Hey, I want this position, but I want to buy in," and you were able to, because, like you said, you saved your money and you were able to do that. You got to have money to make money, right?
Yeah, and I
Mhm.
think good things happen to good people who work hard most of the time. I
Yeah.
think, and that's a big point here. I mean, delayed gratification is you got to be able to write playbooks. You know, you're not always going to be gratified because you got to run the plays, you got to figure out problems, you got to figure out strategy, you got to practice them, and then hopefully at the end of the game you've won.
Yeah.
So like we're writing playbooks here, and you know you're hoping, but even at the end of the
Yeah.
game, you may not have won, and you have to work hard. You have to get back at it. You got to keep practicing your craft. You got to keep doing what you're good at. Keep gaining experience and trying again. Keep surrounding yourself with good people. I think it's always a good investment, especially right here, right now, to be investing in people.
Yeah.
And I feel like we do a ton of that. We're constantly sitting in this office, figuring out how to make it a better place to work, how to make things better for our people, and we lead with that all of the time. Even though we could be so laser focused on a water bill, and we are focused on that, but the more you're investing in your people, and you know the harder you're working, and right back to the Proverbs, it's just it's what we're about, and I wanted to throw that in there because it's not always easy, and when you're making playbooks, things are going to be delayed.
Well,
Yeah.
I will say too, and me and you know this, we live this. The bigger this company gets, and people come up to us all the time and say, "Man, I love watching what you are doing." The harder it gets, the
Yeah.
harder we work. My golf game is terrible because we don't play golf. We don't. We used to love playing golf. We don't have time for it. The more successful you get, the bigger you grow, the less personal time you have. You speak on that all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have time to go do. You say, "I wish I had time to go do all this." Other things that some of your friends get to do. You don't get to do that.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So, but hey, I do want to say this is the end of this one, and thank you guys. A great conversation we had today. Hope it people can tie onto this and help them build their company or build their personal life. But recently, we were throwing something to us, an opportunity that we were super excited about. That kind of was a vision of ours too. We sell a lot of energy drinks in our sports bars, a lot.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of employees that drink our energy drinks. And we had a challenge come to us, and an opportunity come to us. And a while back, we taste tested like 80 energy drinks. Guys, do y'all
Yeah, that was
remember
a good
that?
day.
Do y'all
We were all
remember that?
I still
wired.
haven't slept since that day.
We were wired.
We want to thank all our distributors in our markets that come out and delivered all these energy drinks, and it was crazy. I think we got some video on that recently, but we had like 70, 80 drinks on the conference tables, and we brought all our leadership team in, and we asked everybody to taste different ones, pick up the cans, look at them. What do you like about this can? What do you like this color? What do you like about this flavor? What do you like about this brand? And we had a bunch of comments come back from everybody, but it was funny that at the end of the day, everybody kind of went to one brand,
Yeah.
and I want to get a shout out to that. And I think that brand is one of the hottest brands I see. Even my little 9-year-old's like, "Hey, I had this the other day." And it's like, okay, what did you drink? The energy drink, or did you drink the hydrate?
Yeah.
And we were at a grocery store the other day. Yeah, Kim still makes me go grocery shopping with her. I push the buggy around. If I don't, I get in
Yeah.
trouble for it. But she thinks,
Water's heavy.
yeah. Go get the case of water for me. So we're there, and her little kid's like, "Dad, they have Prime."
Mhm.
And it was cool that. So that's your question.
Yeah.
Okay, so we taste a lot of these energy drinks. Hey, Pat, bring these on in here. Pass them over to Kim. I got a question for y'all, because we just had our coolers stocked in here. And I'll put these out here real quick. Thank you, Pat, my man behind the scene back there. So you know, we all like these flavors. We just had it all stocked. They just delivered our coolers, put them in the conference room because Pat, all of our HR team, Stephanie in there, they drink energy drinks like crazy to keep them motivated because they're head down. So what was your favorite flavor out of all these, Kimberly?
Pink.
Pink. There's your pink drink.
Strawberry watermelon.
Yep, that was your favorite.
That was my favorite.
Yeah.
And I like the can. I just like the color.
You like the color
It's
can?
pink.
Well, that's what we need to know, some data for our research.
Yeah.
Justin, what was your favorite?
It was the green one by far.
Oh, the green.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's
I
your
Lemon
love-
lime or something.
I love the lemon lime. Love it.
Yeah.
I can drink this thing every day.
Yeah. I can't. I never can tell. You know, I go red or blue, but I like the blue. You know, I love the blue, and I really like this brand. You know, so it was really cool to taste because it has like coconut water. I think you called that out, or somebody
Yeah.
has like coconut water in there. But
Yeah, it's vegan and all that stuff.
yeah, so it's a good brand or good stuff, but it's some stuff coming down the pipeline for us too. So excited to talk about that a little bit because it's so popular right now. Dadgum, and we just load up our coolers, and I know when we ordered it from the distributor, they're like, "Hey, luckily we got you some cases because they can't keep it in stock." So it's so popular right now. But hey, thank you for your time. Justin, it's a Friday. Shout out to Justin and his family right now. His daughters do competitive cheer, and they're doing their tryouts again today.
Oh yeah, I'm stressed. I'm a cheer dad. I'm stressed out. I'm not even trying out. It's a big day, so I'm excited for my little Suts out.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
go Sutton. So keep us updated on that. Excited for you. Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I don't think all of our kids will be in town. One of them is in Vegas for his first little getaway for going for a wedding or something he had to go to. So, but we'll celebrate with him when he gets back. But
Yeah.
I want to say happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're a phenomenal mother and wife and
Well, I appreciate that.
CFO of the company.
Hey, yeah.
And you keep us all in line. But thank you again.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
And I
Yes,
want to
thank
say
you.
something though, like there's something crazy about these drinks sitting here, and
Yeah.
it just has to be said. Like delayed gratification, just to end it. Like if you're thinking about making a small strategic investment, 50 Cent made his gazillions on vitamin water, and Logan Paul is making his gazillions on these drinks.
Yeah.
And he was an influencer. Now he's a wrestler.
Boxer, whatever.
Whatever he was, he's making it on these drinks. So be strategic and don't be afraid to go out there. It's a really good time if you put in a little research to bet on an operator, but you can also get lucky with something like this. And these guys were not known for vitamin water or Prime, but they probably worked hard. They probably worked hard on their brand. They stuck to who they were, and they hit it. So
Yeah.
think about that. Don't be afraid.
And I
Congrats.
failed delayed gratification because I popped the top immediately.
You just went- yeah.
I heard you
Nice.
pop it, so I popped mine too. So, but
Yeah.
hey, again, didn't say this at the first part, guys. Please go subscribe. 100,000 views, just hit it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube. Please go subscribe and keep following us and send us some comments, please, back. If you want negatives, well, send us some negatives. We'll we don't really pay attention to those too much, but the good ones we'll pay attention to and respond back and say and give us some topics. We'd love just throw some topics at us one day and we could start answering more questions. So hey guys, I got some great news.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, thank you so much for working hard work on the website.
Aspire to be hospitality.com. Go check it out. Everything's there. Locations, apply, swag, our story, social media, you name it.
Do it,
Yeah.
and our whole team had a lot to do with this. You were sending out emails, hey, our team worked on this. Hey, help us. What doesn't look good? What doesn't work right? Testing the things out. You can go plow on
We
our
have some
line.
English professors on our team.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, they were critiquing every word that was put in there.
Every comma.
And
Yeah.
thank you for all the guys you put on team that it helped you design this thing. But it all went live, and our swag shop went live. I get asked everywhere, hey, what does Into the Storm mean? What does Aspire to be more team? What does that shirt mean? And we get to share that. So it just went live yesterday afternoon,
Yeah.
and you sent me an email and said, we got our first order.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so our
Yep.
first order of our t-shirts, and shout out, but here we just packed them up here. Pat, hand me these shirts.
Yeah. Look at this. We
Look-
are
I mean,
professional.
look at this. Look at this. Good job, guys. Hey, the black one, right?
Oh yeah, aspire to be more on the mountain. Wonderful. That's got a real cool texture to it too. It feels good when
Yeah,
it's winning that.
It
I
does
love
feel
that
good.
one.
I wear. That's all we wear is these shirts every day, and I enjoy it because that's what we wear: blue jeans and t-shirts.
Yeah.
And that is
Into the Storm.
yeah,
This is an awesome shirt.
it is. It
we get
is.
so many compliments on Into the Storm.
Yeah,
when we wear this shirt.
it is cool. So we're gonna bag these things up. So here, you put that one in that one. I'm gonna get you to put this one in here. Put that in there so we can document. This is our first order.
Brielle and Gonzalez, brand new manager for us. Just extremely happy, and that's so cool that you're invested in our company and want to get a T-shirt and represent.
Shout
Thank
out
you.
to her. Shout
Thank
out
you
to
very
her.
much.
You're our first customer.
First
First
customer.
First commercial, and
All right.
many more to come because
I
my
tell you
phone-
what, I'm gonna throw some keychains in here too.
yeah, throw some keychains in
Oh,
there, and
that's
we got
cool.
some lanyards too. I think those aspire to be lanyards. Throw those in there.
Absolutely, surprise and delight may happen. Could be a gift card, could be a keychain. Who knows?
Oh man,
Go to our swag shop, check it out.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Man,
Throwing it
throw
out
some,
there.
Genius.
maybe throw
Yeah.
some gift cards in there from one random
We got
brand.
lots of wonderful brands. Starbucks.
Let's do that. But
Yeah.
hey, this is exciting for
Barbies.
us because this is our
Barbies.
brand. This is our brand, and we're building on this brand, and our word's getting out because it's a crazy world today, and we're trying to aspire to be more every
if you
day.
want to aspire
A
to
to
be
B.
more today than you were yesterday, and you want to influence that on others and puff your chest out proud like we do every single day, hop on board.
And wear that
Yes.
shirt, baby. Wear it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, congratulations on all of us. Thank you for all the hard work, and see you soon, guys.